Oh yeah, bud, we're gonna go out there and make a video about the Vancouver Canucks, eh? They got themselves a new goaltender in the backup position, eh? Thatcher Demko is back, eh? He's gonna take some shots, he's gonna be on the bench, he's gonna be there, helping the boys out. We said it was gonna be a busy day, right? I was gonna make a video about Thatcher Demko. And then the Canadiens made a trade. Nice. We already published that video, it's up on the channel. I'm happy that it took about 19 minutes to make, so pats on the back to me, I guess. But this was not the only trade that has dropped in the past 20 minutes or so. Because 6 minutes before the Hoffenmeyer-Perreault trade was made, Pierre LeBrun went out there and said this: "I'm hearing that the Anaheim Ducks have emerged as the frontrunners in a Jacob Trouba trade. It isn't finalized, but I am told that both teams are working on trying to get it done." This all comes about 20 to 30 minutes after we made our video explaining that Jacob Trouba's career in New York has come to an end. Anyways, we actually have ourselves the full details. Elliot Friedman went out there and said this 15 minutes ago: Trouba to Anaheim for Urho Vaakanainen and a draft pick. Pending the trade call, the sources are saying that the Rangers are sending Trouba to the Ducks in exchange for a depth player and a draft pick. Jacob Trouba has been traded to the Ducks. Renaud Lavoie says, "The official trade call with the league has not happened yet," Pierre LeBrun said 14 minutes ago, "so this is still pending that approval. But it will be defenseman Urho Vaakanainen and a 4th-round pick to the Rangers for Jacob Trouba." The Ducks are taking on Trouba's full contract, no salary retained by the Rangers. Wowzers, is that a big dub. And credit where credit is due, the first person to actually tweet about Vaakanainen and a pick, it was Johnny Lazarus. He was on it before Vaakanainen was even informed. The pick is a conditional 2025 4th-round pick, and no salary was retained, with the Fly together taking on all of Trouba's remaining contract. Then you can see some of the extra replies here. The 4th-round pick is in 2025. If we reload the page, we see some of the same information here. So this is it. It's official here. I mean, okay, maybe not official. The trade call has not been confirmed yet, but this is what it's going to be. Jacob Trouba to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for Urho Vaakanainen and a 4th-round pick. That's it. And honestly, I mean, you know, the Rangers could have done worse here. They really could have, considering the circumstances, considering that they've been trying to get this guy off of their roster since July, considering the decline in play, considering the decline in physicality, considering the price tag. Jacob Trouba getting traded away for actual tangible value is a huge dub for the Rangers. Urho Vaakanainen is nothing special. He's not going to blow your socks off. He's not going to win a Norris. But what Urho Vaakanainen is cheap. He's 25 years old, 6'2", 205 left-handed guy, making $1.1 million a year. He's a defensive D-man, he's a PK specialist, he is an intelligent two-way defender, he reads the play really well, he has his head up all the time and makes quick decisions with the puck. He has good puck-moving ability and strong offensive upside. Interesting, offensive upside. HockeyProspect.com back in 2017, y'all are tripping. He is also a good skater, and he can rush the puck up ice with confidence. Urho Vaakanainen this season has himself a whopping 1 point in 5 games played. He's on pace for 13 over a full calendar year, although, of course, I mean, he only played in limited stints so far. He had 5 games throughout the year sprinkled in there. It's not like Urho Vaakanainen is the best player in the world. He did have 14 points in 68 Anaheim games last year, though, so of course there was a significant chunk of time he had spent in the National Hockey League. I mean, rotating around from the Boston system, he was there for a few years after being drafted in the first round of the Bruins by them in 2017. That was a while ago. He was never really able to live up to that potential. I think that might be why the scouting report back in 2017 said, oh yeah, he's got good offensive upside. 2016-17, he had 6 points in 41 games, which admittedly is not bad. For a 17-year-old in the Finnish Liga, not bad in the slightest. But now, Urho Vaakanainen, a recent scratch by the Anaheim Ducks, is going to go over to New York, and he will be a part of that system, saving the Rangers $7.1 million, or excuse me, $6.9 million, excuse me, yeah. really great amount of money there to be saving up, but to go from Jacob Trouba making this behemoth of a contract as a bottom pairing caliber defenseman to grabbing an actual bottom pairing caliber defenseman who's making bottom pairing caliber defenseman money, huge dub here for the New York Rangers. And of course, I mean, they're getting a draft pick as well. Nice to see them doing that. Jacob Trouba waived his no-trade clause in order to facilitate this deal to the Anaheim Ducks. So he would not waive for Columbus. That's what Aaron Portzman went out there and tweeted here. Trouba refused to waive the no-trade clause in his contract to facilitate a trade to CBJ. It appears, per multiple reports, he is heading to Anaheim. Every Columbus fan should be thanking Jacob Trouba. I wouldn't want to live in Columbus either. I don't blame him. But he did waive his trade clause in order to go over to the Anaheim Ducks. So I guess Disneyland was the selling point, right? You just got to go a little bit east of the arena of the Honda Center and you're at Disney. Of course, Anaheim, Southern California, great place to be. Everybody loves it in Disneyland. Jacob Trouba was kind of forced into this situation, right? I mean, they told him, hey, if you're not gonna waive, we're gonna put you on waivers. And I guess because he wasn't put on waivers about an hour ago, that was already the telltale sign that a trade was on the horizon. So to see it eventually go down with the Anaheim Ducks, I mean, it's good for Anaheim, I guess. I mean, you can say that they kind of need a spark. They're not really doing all too hot this season. It's not like they have the same expectations like the New York Rangers do, for example. If we go over to the NHL standings, which, how do we get there? Yeah, here it is. NHL standings. We will scroll down to the Anaheim Ducks. They are last overall in the Pacific Division with 23 points in 24 games played. They are third last in the entire Western Conference. So, of course, Anaheim does not really have much expectation this season. And having a guy like Jacob Trouba on their roster, if they see value in him, then okay. If they feel like they can revive his game, they want to play him alongside a Radko Gudas to have some sort of a Bash Bros kind of pairing, then okay. Buyer beware, but feel free to do whatever it is that you want, Anaheim, because Jacob Trouba certainly is a player that has himself his value when he is on top of his game. It's just that doesn't really happen often nowadays. As we had said in the previous video, Jacob Trouba has considerably stepped down his physical game. He is not really taking as many risks. He is not doing as well as he has done. He is playing like a bottom caliber defenseman who is making $8 million a year. So the fact that the Anaheim Ducks are willing to take this on for the full contract's worth of money and time, that is a pretty significant step. I guess they really do see value in having a guy like Trouba in the room alongside a Gudas to mentor a bunch of their other younger defensemen. They've got Olen Zellweger, they've got Mintyukov, they've got, I don't know, Jackson Lacombe. They've got a bunch of guys in that system. So I guess actually we can go over to teams, right? We can see the Anaheim Ducks right here and just take a look at their prospect defense core. Take a look at whom it is they want Jacob Trouba to be mentoring. Yeah, so Jackson Lacombe, Mintyukov, they've got Olen Zellweger. I think they do have, Tristan Luneau as well, elsewhere in their system. But Cam Fowler and Radko Gudas, these guys are going to be the veteran forces with Trouba and Brian Dumoulin to help out all of these other younger dudes into becoming serviceable NHL defensemen. Jacob Trouba, though, is going to be doing so at a much higher price tag than everybody else. I mean, Cam Fowler's making 6.5. That's a lot. Jacob Trouba's making 8. And they're saying goodbye to Urho Vaakanainen in the process. So I think this is a huge win for the New York Rangers in terms of their trade perspective, them getting rid of the Trouba contract in exchange for an okay $1 million defenseman, bottom tier guy. It's a pretty good move, and I'd say that for the Rangers, they ultimately get a way out of this situation with as much of an escape as they could have used. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this New York Rangers and Anaheim Ducks trade. It is official here, folks. Jacob Trouba is an Anaheim Duck. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.